I will be guiding you to the highlights of the system to show the AI capabilities. And before we do that, I would like to start with an overview of a high level of the architecture of the whole services we have, meaning it's not one services. This product contains several AI embedded microservices which are standalone. So to perform billing, what are the essentials that we need to do that? First of all is something that we need to rate, for example, a consumption file or a usage file. Some indication of based on what we should bill the customer. The other component would be third-party APIs, meaning if we need some coefficient for a third party or more information to perform accurate billing, we will need to retrieve it from somewhere. So we need also that kind of information. And last but not least is billing expert, meaning someone who will say how we should bill the customer. What is the logic? What are the prices? What is the sequence? All the details that describe how we should perform correct billing. Now, all those components go into product catalog, which is our AI embedded service. And what I will be showing you today is the AI catalog part. So before that, let's finish with the architecture. So the product catalog configures and store all these components, the files, integrations, billing expert, and billing logic, and stores it inside the catalog. Later, we can assign those packages on contracts in the CRM, meaning who we want to bill. Everything then goes into the charging service, and at the end, we can get an invoice or report, which also can be customized. Now I will be switching to the system itself to share with you how it actually works. So let's start by logging in the system and move to the contract catalog, which is the CRM in our case. In here, it's basically a storage of all the customer contracts, contract information. Let's take a look. So in contract information, we can see the overview of the contract, how many packages is assigned to him, what are the activities made on this contract. For example, if a CSR got a call regarding some issue that he has, the CSR can go into that CRM system, log in kind of an activity of a note, what is the issue, maybe the customer want to order some additional services, so want to have professional services to install something in the house. Also, we can see the financial overview, what is the balance, how much he paid, how much he owes, etc. The next tab would be the assigned packages. And this is something we will be doing today. We will create a package and assign it to a contract. So here we can see what packages are assigned to this specific contract with the specific items. I will not go into depths here, but contacts is how we contact the customer. Activities is, as I mentioned, if we need to take some notes and track interaction with the client, we do it here. Now, billing is an important tab. So in here we create a profile, a billing profile for the customer, meaning how regular he should be billed. Like, is it each month? Is it quarterly? Is it annually? So here we kind of define how we should bill the customer. Later we have an AR attribute. We have the invoices that were sent to the customer. We have the payments, and we can allocate the payments on the invoice and have all this functionality that we need to manage our client database. We also have the possibility to have account payable and resources. Now, resources is not something that kind of industry specific, okay? But resources here can be meters, for example, if we are talking about the utility sector. And on the other hand can be phone numbers, for example, if we are talking about the telecommunication industry. Okay, so we can manage all of this information here. And this is briefly regarding the CRM, and let's move to the product catalog and see how the AI embedding functionality actually works here. So let's take, for example, a marketing department or a business owner is interested in creating a new package or a new offer he wants to go into the market with. So it can be marketing department in telecommunication or a business owner in a utility company which manages some residential buildings in a specific area. And the reason I mentioned two different sectors is not by mistake, because it doesn't matter. Okay, we have our infrastructure of product catalog and our AI models is embedded within it. It's familiar. Okay, so whether the input be in utility, gaming, telecommunication industry, it doesn't matter because our AI model will know how to parse and to do all the configuration within our system. So I've prepared some free text in here which describe what do we want to create, what offer we want to go with into the market. In that case, we have some residential house which has three products. We have the monthly charges that we will be billed monthly. We have stream management with a fee and heat item, which actually is a consumption-based item. So for this example, we will be charging 12 cents per kilowatt. Now let's give this catalog a name. Let's say it's a new offer we want to come up with. Now all I need to do is create. What is happening behind the scenes is AI will take this prompt as a free text and will start splitting it into the actions it needs to do within the system. Okay, we need to create this, we need to assign this, set up the relation, and configure it in the tables in the system so we can reuse it later. It's not a one-time thing. Okay, we want to go with the market with this specific catalog. Now, it may take some time, sometimes not a lot of time, because as you know, usually this process can take from days to even weeks, because when a market department comes with an idea and then wants to take it into action, it needs to go to the product owner, to the business owner, which then knows the system, needs to go to a developer or some person who can go into the code and do some configuration and customization to have this kind of new tariff. Okay, we shortcutted all this process, and as you can see, we have achieved our catalog package with all the products we have asked for. Now we also have the possibility to view it in a more, let's say, comfortable way, which is in a graph. So we can see the relation because they didn't just created those entities. It also, as Dmitro mentioned before, set up the correct relations between all the entities. So it will be full-scale configuration of the system. Okay, what are we doing next? Next step, for example, the user of the system, again, can be marketing business owners, just owners of small businesses, want to do some iteration. He wants to add a new item to the offer, which is very legit request to do. Switching to edit mode, we can now, similar to the concept based on which we created the catalog, we can now do modification. So for example, I want to add under Makuni house heat product, I want to add another item. So what should I do? I interact with our product catalog AI model. So let's say, let's add another one-time fee item. Let's say that costs €1, just for example. Under the Pony, what was it? House heat. I can type with mistakes, it's okay, because the AI knows already the catalog, and I don't really need to be pedantic here. Yes, can be flexible, and then we can need product. And send in the command. And now I just wait for the AI to do all the kind of configuration, relations, and creating of items in the system. Again, even if it takes a few seconds, as you can see, I don't know, what was it, 10 or 50 seconds, we have added an entirely new item which we are ready to push into the market. It's inside the system, and the next step, of course, would be to assign it to a contract, and then we can say, okay, it's an active package. Okay, once it's on the contract, it's active. And yes, as you can see, now we have two items under that product. You can see it automatically updated the graph, and it let us know what it did in the system. So it says, okay, we have item one-time fee has been created in the catalog new offer, the catalog we just created. And then he recognized, okay, item one-time fee needs to be added. So he added this item to the product I asked him to. Now we are ready to go with the market with that new item, new catalog. So we are going back to the CRM. Let's take our favorite customer one and go back to package attribute. Now let's click assign package and find our new offer that we have just created during this webinar. Choose, and then we can select what products or items we want to assign to this product, to this contract, sorry. And we can see our one-time fee and all others products and items, and we click assign package. So as you can see, now this contract has two packages. One is the residential energy bundle, which was assigned before, and we have the new one, which is fresh out of the oven, and it's already in the market. Now we want to bill this customer based on the new offer, for example. So for that case, we have a charging service, and we simply need to take, for example, electricity utility residential, CSV, and charge. And it started the job, and I can see the statuses. It's starting the guiding process. I will not go into details about what guiding does and what happens in the next steps, but I will explain how did I upload the file without doing some work with the developer or configuration. So let me go back to the presentation. I will share my screen. So as mentioned before, one of the components that are crucial for doing billing is one, consumption or usage file, two, an integration with third parties. So let's talk about what the first point here means. So we can drop any file, CSV, XML, or any other format that we may receive a consumption or usage file, or even get this from third party, meaning we can both show it manually or via integration. Now, what AI does is it looks at the file, okay, and trying to understand the format. What are the titles? What is the type of the data that is filled within the file? Then it configures, does the mapping of this file, then it runs validation that this file is not broken. Yes, that all the data fields are exactly as expected, as they are configured in the system. And then we store this kind of configuration of this specific file or integration in the system. And now when I do charging, for example, it recognizes, okay, so I know this format. I'm familiar with this format or with this endpoint, this API, and I know how to treat it. So I know that fields date contains the date of the usage. I know that the title meter 1, meter 2, and 3 is the meter name. And I know that all the rows under meter name is the consumption, for example. And then it knows how to process this file, do the guiding, take the catalog we created, and charge the usage based on that. So yes, I think it's basically it. If there are any questions, please let us know in the chat or after the webinar via emails or to our website.
Yeah, or via LinkedIn. Thank you, Ronnie. I wish I could have this such system for my daily work tasks, and it's a pity that I'm not in a billing team now to use it. That it's easier. But as I mentioned, yes, we engage everyone who is have any questions. Please feel free to chat it. Or contact us in an email, via email or in LinkedIn. But as I mentioned at the beginning, I'm working as a pre-sales manager and communicate with lots of opportunities, customers, clients. And one of the common thing I wish you ask, it's what do you think? How do you compare? Who is AI billing right for? I mean, what kind of companies good fit? As was, I remember clearly, it was your idea, yes, to bring all these enterprise capabilities into something more like handy, yeah. And it was the first part. And the second part, you mentioned it during your demonstration as well, that it's not limited by some kind of industry, yes? So it's not only for energy, but it can be other. So if you can share more comments about it, it will be also beneficial.
Yes, so regarding the first part, whether it should be some big complex utility or telco with complex tariffs, or whether it should be some small house management as an ideal client, I would say that there is a misconception because the product fits both of these cases. Because what we did, and as you know, our company have a lot of billing experience, like about 30 years. And we worked with big, medium, and small clients during this year. And what we did with this new AI suite is we took all the, let's say, knowledge, experience, and complexity and utilized this whole process. So during this process, we did not lose functionality that big enterprises uses. No, we just make this process more efficient while still supporting the same enterprise capabilities. And on the other hand, we was able to bring to the smaller businesses the opportunity to use this kind of system without having to deal with all the complexity, because complexity usually means higher prices. So by utilizing it with AI processes, we actually was able to present this opportunity to smaller ones and to have it in a more attractive offer and usage. So
it's more affordable, yeah?
yes, not only, but it also saves efficiency of employers.
Okay, but what about we mentioned before? Yes, to launch a new tariff, it can be yes a nightmare for companies who are using like common enterprise solution, billing solution, yes. But as well, they need to communicate somehow IT department as well to help them with it, just regular billing team, yes. How it works with AI? Do we need additional IT team who gonna support this solution?
Good question, because from my experience, when people hear AI, they think, "Oh no, it's complex, and we need even more IT people."
Yeah.
And the contrary is true. Okay, it's exactly the opposite, because now this part that we used to rely on technical people, on IT, on developers, on implementators, is now utilized by AI. Meaning, for example, as I showed you the right example of catalog creation or setting up a new integration. When all of it is done by AI, we are even less reliant on the IT people, meaning just a person from marketing department without any technical knowledge. If he can type free text, he can configure a catalog. Okay. That is the highlight point, I would say. Important to understand.
Revolutionary. Yeah.
Indeed.
And you mentioned actually about, I would like to ask as well, because as you remember at the beginning of the story, yes, about company which got fine, we also know the truth that like big enterprise solution, it's a long time period of implementation. Is it somehow comparable if we are speaking about AI solution? Is it the same timeline? Is it somehow speed up?
The timeline, I would say, cut exactly by the previous point, that all the configuration, customization, majority of it can be done by AI. Meaning we are not talking now, even if it's a big enterprise project, we will not be talking about years, yes, as it might usually take. We are cutting a lot of time by simply giving AI the, I don't want to say repetitive task, because each configuration is unique, but on the other hand is not unique. Let me explain. So on one hand, it is unique because each business or enterprise has its own requirements. Okay, it's not one for all requirements. But on the other hand, it's repetitive because what we are doing is working with our system database. Okay, so our developer knows database, knows what customization to do. So in our case, why not just let AI know this structure of our system, of our database and all the configuration, and let him assist with it, let him save time. So yes, at the end result, we are looking at much lower timeframes for projects.
And again, it's more cost effectiveness at the end. Yes.
Yes, AI is cheaper than taking people as work. Yes.
So for now, for us, it's not so profitable as a product company. Ronnie, what you did? Okay, so actually, it's time to end. Thank you so much for this demonstration and for your comments. Hopefully this session was somehow insightful for you, and we would be happy to continue our discussion via all our communicational channels, whatever is suitable for you. And maybe you would like to have some private demo with Ronnie. Contact us. We will discuss more about your business requirements and needs and how it can be related and optimized with AI capabilities. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Ronnie. And have a great day.
Bye-bye.